And now, moving on to the next session, may I please welcome on stage Anuradha Bhattacharya from NASSCOM's Global Trade Development Team to take forward the next session, Forging Digital Collaborations, Empowering Indian SMEs in North Rhine, Westphalia, Germany through NASSCOM NRW Launchpad. Can we have a round of applause to welcome Anuradha, everyone?
Guten Morgen, everyone. A very warm welcome to the session, Forging Digital Collaborations, Empowering Indian SMEs in North Rhine-Westphalia region in Germany through innovation. A very warm welcome to all of you to this engaging session as we have our experts from the region, NRW, and 3 eminent speakers from 3 different organizations. My name is Anuradha Bhattacharya, and I'm from the GTD team of NASSCOM, the Global Trade Development arm of NASSCOM, which is a key function within NASSCOM that helps empower our SMEs to expand their global footprints. It's a known fact that the tech industry is an export-oriented industry with 80% of its revenues coming from exports. So under this backdrop, it's even more, our role becomes even more important in sustaining growth in the developing international markets. We work very closely with international governments, the government of India, Indian missions abroad, the foreign embassies in India, trade and investment arms of foreign countries, think tanks and consultancies to help you connect with the right stakeholder and also build a credibility for our SMEs in the international arena. Today, we have curated a very special session for all our SME companies who have business interest in the EU region. Today, we'll be exploring potential collaboration opportunities between Indian SMEs and their counterparts in the NRW region in Germany. As India goes on in furthering the digital revolution across the globe, it is very important for our tech companies, for our SMEs, to forge partnerships with established industrial hubs such as NRW in Germany. The Indo-German relationship is very ripe and has taken bounds and leaps over the last decades. And these are 2 complementary economies, with Germany being the powerhouse of advanced manufacturing capabilities and India with its talent, digital prowess and tech talent. Last year in November, NASSCOM signed a MOU with the NRW.Global GmbH, which is the Economic Development Agency of NRW region in Germany. Under this collaboration, we have brought to you a special initiative called the Launchpad, which will give you on-ground support mechanism in furthering your business interest in Germany and specifically in this region. We have actually other Launchpad initiatives also, which have been very successful in the past in the UK and the Canada. And the NRW and Launchpad would be the first in the mainland Europe in Germany. So we have a very, we have 4 eminent speakers who will be talking about the vibrant economic backdrop of NRW and also the different offerings and advantages of the NASSCOM NRW Launchpad. So before we go deeper into discussing about the Launchpad and NRW region, may I request to play a very short and encouraging video from the Consulate General of Germany, Ms. Michaela Kuschler.
Esteemed members from Indo-German organizations, and dear colleagues from North Rhine-Westphalia, Germany. On the occasion of the NASSCOM SME conference, I extend my warm greetings to all of you. Unfortunately, due to prior travel commitments, I am unable to join you in person. Nonetheless, I take immense pleasure in acknowledging the presence of my colleague, Ms. Ambika from North Rhine-Westphalia, who is representing us in this insightful session. The collaboration between Germany and India holds immense potential. especially in the areas of digitization and in the tech sector. German companies eagerly seek partnerships with Indian tech talent, as evidenced by notable entities like Mercedes, ZF, and SAP establishing their R&D facilities in India. I am delighted to share that Henkel, headquartered in North Rhine-Westphalia, inaugurated its Global Technology Center in India last year. Currently, there are approximately 2,200 German companies operating in India, while nearly 500 Indian companies have a presence in Germany. Notably, 130 Indian companies are situated in North Rhine-Westphalia, collaborating closely with German companies. While there is a presence of major Indian companies in North Rhine-Westphalia like Infosys, TSC, Tech Mahindra, Wipro, there is a significant number of Indian SMEs as well. As we recognize Germany's reputation for Mittelstand companies, firmly believe in empowering these hidden champions, facilitating their growth and global expansion. I am pleased to learn about the joint initiative by NASCOM, the largest IT federation, and the North Rhine-Westphalian Global Business, facilitating a launchpad for Indian SMEs aspiring to enter the German market. North Rhine-Westphalia is the industrial powerhouse of Germany, which has the presence of diverse industry, research, and vibrant startup ecosystem. Having reviewed the Memorandum of Understanding, I am confident that the offerings from this launchpad will prove highly beneficial for Indian small and medium-sized enterprises. I encourage Ms. Ambika and other panelists to share their insights into the opportunities available in the North Rhine-Westphalia region. I truly believe that Indian SMEs will be motivated to make the best use of the very first launchpad between India and Germany via two capable organizations. My best wishes go to NASCOM, North Rhine-Westphalia Global Business, and all the Indian SMEs participating in this event. Looking forward to the successful collaborations and paving the way for future growth between India and Germany. Thank you. Nandri.
Now that was a very powerful message from the Consulate General encouraging our SME members to engage in deeper relations and collaborations with the NRW region. Moving further on, we have a short fireside chat with Ms. Ambika, the Chief Representative of NRW.Global in India. Ambika has 12 years of experience in Indo-German trade and diplomatic relations, as her previous role as a senior advisor in the German embassy in Bangalore. Under her current role, Ambika promotes economic trade and investment relations between the state of North Rhine-Westphalia and India. As a representative of NRW, she has been instrumental in signing the first MOU between Government of Karnataka and NRW region. Ambika in the last 2 years has successfully helped and supported 15 SMEs and startups to set up a base in NRW region. So may I now please request Ms. Ambika Banotra on the stage, if we can engage in a very engaging conversation. Thank you, Ambika.
Thank you so much, Anuradha.
Ambika, as Ms. Kushela pointed out that NRW is the economic powerhouse of Germany. It would be great if you could brief our audiences, especially our SME members, about the business ecosystem of NRW region.
Thank you, Anuradha, and I think good afternoon to everyone. My name is Ambika, and Anuradha has already mentioned about our initiative. I liked what LinkedIn speaker has already told, and I think to check our activities and achievement, you should definitely visit LinkedIn and check what we have achieved so far. So before we proceed further, NRW, NRW, North Rhine-Westphalia, everybody has heard that. Just to give a brief glimpse of our region, can we have the video to start with?
What?
NRW, that's North Rhine-Westphalia in Germany. The ideal location for the future of your business, right in the middle of Europe. Digital transformation is really changing the game here.
Also smart manufacturing. Robots are caring for many things, like Paul. Well, almost like Paul.
NRW is also the best place in Europe for smart cities and new mobility.
And for some of tomorrow's most promising pilots.
We have the densest R&D network in Europe. Innovative companies and more than 100 research institutes make tomorrow's medical technology become reality today.
Little Max, he's blind, but he can read books now.
It's an e-book.
Oh, of course.
In NRW, you find top-notch startups with an innovative spirit and some of the best institutes for cybersecurity in Europe. And also, some of the most powerful supercomputers in the world.
I call her Jules.
Not forgetting our outstanding talent pool of high potentials from all around the world.
And with outstanding quality time. Okay, back to work.
All that makes NRW Europe's heartbeat. Join the beat.
So yeah, that was a brief video about what we are doing. See, the NRW, of course, many of them I have already met. They have, some of them told, yeah, we have worked in Düsseldorf. Some are telling that our kids are studying in Aachen University. So in the North Rhine-Westphalia region is the state of Germany where the classic industry is present. Of course, it's very much there, but we are also working hand in hand with the Indian industry in other regions for the emerging technologies as well. And that's what you have seen in the video, because there one side we have smart manufacturing, we have autonomous driving, renewable energy, hydrogen, everything is present there. So just to start with, you know, we were talking about in the previous discussion also, the keywords which I have collected so far is that, you know, to bridge the gap, to bring ecosystem together, to promote SMEs. So for SMEs, it's not easy for them just to get up and go and start something there. No, and we don't want that as well. So when you have some you know, specific solution which you can cater to another market, there your victory starts. But just to give, I'll be very brief because we have very talented speaker with us, which are our key strength for NRW. But just to give you some idea about, you have seen the earlier slide, the GDP. There's the 20% of German GDP is contributed by NRW region, which is of course an important factor when you are going to any market, that what is the GDP. And then it's very well, we say heartbeat of Europe. And for the right reason, because we are located very centrally where you can access, we can use NRW as a springboard and not only work in NRW, but also can work with Netherlands, Belgium, and France and other regions.
Who are keen to explore the German market.
Yeah, sure, Anuradha, but before that, I'll take one step back, and I'm very grateful to the NASSCOM GTT team, because NASSCOM took a delegation of 25 members SME to Germany, and I'm across Germany, and NRW also they visited. And out of this delegation, 2 of the companies already incorporated there. But to understand the pain points or the challenges of SME, it helps us to understand and see that what should be done to bring these 2 ecosystems together, because each region has their own mindset, each region has their own understanding how they want to work. And to bring these 2 ecosystems together, I think the enablers like NASSCOM, NRW.Global business can do much more. And on basis of that, there are many important cities in North Rhine-Westphalia, but with 5 cities for the initial stage, we have signed a launchpad, which are willing to help the SMEs, starting with the free working space, with the mentoring, with the ecosystem connecting to the research and R&D, the colleges. So I think in brief, this launchpad, I welcome all of you, or encourage all of you to make use of this launchpad. In fact, these are the cities, let me mention these names of the city as well. So Düsseldorf, Cologne, Essen, Krefeld, Solingen, these are the 5 cities which have come forward and told, yes, we want Indian ecosystem to be part of our journey and to collaborate with the local companies. So these are the opportunities which I would definitely encourage all of you, and we'll be having a parallel session. I'll be try to elaborate more on that. And yeah, having said that, this launchpad is an important step towards bringing both the ecosystem together, and I'm sure all of you would be happy to use it further in your journey as well.
Thank you, Ambika, for sharing the offerings. Next up, we have lined up a very engaging panel discussion with some of the eminent speakers from different companies. May I now hand over the dais to Ambika to share perspective of NRW and the launchpad offerings through this panel discussion.
Of course. Thank you, Anuradha. Thank you for this. So yeah, we spoke a lot, we saw a lot. Now it's the time to bring the key strength or the key stakeholders who are already present in NRW. Out of the two are the Indian companies who have incorporated in NRW, and one is, I would say, NRW, the German companies who have established their GTC center. Consujan has also mentioned about them. So I would be happy to call three of them on the stage, starting with Mr. Mithun Kumar, who is heading the German Henkel Technology Center in Bangalore. He has come all the way from Düsseldorf to, to share his thoughts with us. Mithun, welcome on the stage. So next is my two partners in crime. I think the one is Hari Kumar. Hari Kumar is the CEO of SCMYUGA. So they started the journey with us, entering the German ecosystem. So Hari, please welcome on the stage. I think, guys, you need to, I totally understand your curiosity to understand and to listen to us, but I think applause would not harm, just to warm up a bit. So next is everybody, believe in diversity, and I'm happy to see women around. And the next speaker is Gabriel, who is a partner in BugendaiTech. BugendaiTech was the part of NASSCOM delegation who visited NRW Solingen. So yeah. So as I mentioned, these are the key strengths for the right reason, and as the topic is innovate to elevate, so we'll try to explore what is happening between NRW exactly, right? The speech is okay, the figures are good, all good, but when we dig deep, what is happening exactly? What Indian company is offering to German company? What is German company doing in India? I think so take that step further. I think I have few questions for three of you. We'll start with Mithun. Yeah, so Mithun, Henkel has successfully inaugurated its global GTC center in Bangalore, marking a pivotal move in fortifying its competitive powers through digitalization across all facets of its business. And this significant stride under your leadership already bringing the two ecosystem between India and NRW. And as we are encouraging the Indian companies to enter the ecosystem, could you share on how technology, digitalization are fostering a synergy or a collaboration between German and Indian companies in the areas of digitalization, tech, AI, and whatever you want to share with us? So Mithun, over to you.
Ambika, first of all, thanks a lot for inviting me over here. Let me start with a little provocative question, even though I'm representing a company from NRW, right? Before today, how many of you have heard the state called NRW in Germany? 1, 2, 2. That's 2 hands I see. I was having the similar situation when I told my management that we want to create or rather open a center in Bangalore. And their first question was, why Bangalore? You have a similar dilemma like what they have. Like, you do not know the state called NRW, but if I ask you, do you know, if you're a football fan, of course you will know, do you know Dortmund? Yeah, that's number 2, number 3 football club in Germany. If I ask you Mönchengladbach, you most probably will tell me the same. There's an identity crisis there when we talk about the state. And the first step for us was to create that identity. And it was both sides. Was it challenging? Yes, it was challenging, because I was challenged, why do you want to go to India when we have other Eastern European countries? A very fair question, but it was an easy answer for me due to the fact the ecosystem we have it in India, whether it's in Bangalore, Chennai, Hyderabad, Mumbai, you name it. So that was the first identity crisis. Like when I'm talking to you guys, and the LinkedIn colleague who was talking before, they talked about the talent attraction. I mean, first of all, we need to even think about it. What is your attraction perspective? Is it a salary? Is it a work culture? Is it your opportunity to learn? Right? It's a very interesting prospect. And these are the challenges even I faced, because when we started the journey, there was next to negligible presence of a Henkel. How many of you heard the company called Henkel before? Pretty good number, because we are sitting in the industrial region and we have a lot of presence on the adhesives market over here. But if I talk about the consumer goods, we are next to none. So first challenge was to create those identity, right? We successfully did it, and without going into long stories, just adding what Ambika said, NRW is also constituting about 20% of the startup in whole Germany. Do you know which is the startup capital of Germany? Berlin, right? Very obvious name, but nobody will tell me NRW, simply because of the fact that it is not known that much. It constitutes about 20% of that. Every 1.3 days, there's a one startup opened in that particular region. The number sounds so trivial because you will compare with the Bangalore, Chennai, or Hyderabad, right? Don't do that. For that reason, it's a fairly big number. Talking about the NRW, it's a #1 industrial state of the whole Germany. Historically, even today. These were the major things when we started it. Now talking about pure technology, we successfully started our journey, I would say 2 years before. We started with 0. We are close to 500 people at the moment, working in, you can think of every single areas of technologies, processes, or you name it. And it's growing. Again, talking about the talent attraction, very important key factor. You always calculate a couple of factors when you check the employee strength or employee retention. First is your attrition number. What is your attrition percentage? I mean, if I talk about Google, which is the most prominent brand when we talk about the working environment, do you know what is the attrition rate of a Google last year? Anybody?
Less than 1 year.
Sorry?
Less than 1 year.
What was it? What was the percentage? Yeah, 13%. 13% was the attrition rate at Google last 1 year. Do you know what is the attrition rate? I have it. Any guesses? 2%, last 2 years. Now, am I doing anything different? I do not know. I cannot claim it, right? Because whatever I claim, it will sound like a self-procrastination, which is fine. We can do sometimes, but let the number speak for itself. How does it adding value to our German ecosystem? The same talent pool is helping us to bridge the gap of the technology or use the ecosystem in Germany. We have a large pool of our tech expert, and Germany is also the tech hub of the world. You talk about all the large technologies that exist in Germany. So we are leveraging those R&D technologies between India and Germany to upskill our talents as well and get the best of the benefits. Talking about the digitization and the AI journey, I don't want to talk too much about the AI because I personally feel it has become an abusive word in the last 1 year. Was AI not there a year before? It was there. So what has changed in last 1 year? The whole point is how the way it is evolving. The evolution of AI in the last 1 year has been substantial, especially with the generative part of that, right? We are also using similar patterns to develop our own in-house expertise. And we are not only doing it for ourselves, we are doing it for some of the friendly colleagues in North Rhine-Westphalia as well. Lot of opportunities are there. In the area of medicine, you can simply extend these possibilities of AI. Sky is the limit. So all in all, I just want to summarize. It's a very good place to be in NRW. I live in Düsseldorf, the largest city of NRW. I would personally recommend you to visit some of the smaller cities in Düsseldorf and not Düsseldorf, sorry, in Germany. Don't always think about the Frankfurts or the Berlins. There are beautiful cities like Dresden, Cologne, Düsseldorf. So you're most welcome to visit, and maybe I have answered your question.
Of course,
or did I miss something?
I think you have done half of my job, so I don't
Okay.
need to convince them anymore. But yeah, going further, as Mithun has mentioned, see, the Indian companies are offering a lot to German ecosystem, and some stories we have heard, some stories are not at all available. But then when you want to when you want to do some research and all that, that a vibrant ecosystem or a conducive ecosystem is very well present there. And thank you, Mithun, for highlighting that. So I think next I'll go to Hari, and then I'll come to you, Kat. So Hari, your company actually, your journey started with me. I think if you have learned, I have also learned along with you, right? So now it's now other way around. You are working with the German companies, right? You have established your office recently in Düsseldorf. So how do you, first of all, see that what is your contribution, when I say that tech perspective, to the German customer, German partners? And second thing, that would be definitely lots of learning, challenges in your journey. And maybe you want to take the tech sector side first, and then to highlight how did you manage that? What were your feedback about that?
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Ambika, for this opportunity to be here on this platform. So I represent SCMYUGA Technologies Pvt Ltd. So we are based out of Bangalore and have recently incorporated in Düsseldorf, Germany. So let me tell you a bit of background about SCMYUGA. So we are a SAP authorized partner in India and soon to be in Germany as well. So we basically concentrate on addressing digital supply chain solutions and consulting. So in 2019, October, we incorporated in Bangalore, and like everybody knows, in 2020, beginning, the pandemic hit us. And one key factor was that our first client was from NRW region. And the journey of SCMYUGA was like solving issues for that particular client. There were a lot of supply chain risk related to that pandemic. And even now also we are continuously growing by addressing the issues of those clients. And we a lot of, not just specific to digital supply chain, but we also deal with track and trace, creating accelerators on top of SAP solutions, and which deals with track and trace, container repositioning, planning and optimization. There are a lot of areas that we are working on rightly. And what we see is, yes, these SMEs, the pedigree is same, like when compared to the big German companies, right? They focus on like stability and reliability on the solutions. But over these years, what we have noticed is they want companies like ours, small scale companies, who would be kind of, who has a fast response rate and who provides like a very innovative solutions. Like you can say that they have started liking the Indian jugaad, even in software industries. And that is what we are actually banking on. And when we talk to these clients, right, we talk about the, now they also want to see or hear about the time to value propositions of any solutions that we push across to them. So by talking about that, we were able to crack a lot of opportunities in the past 5 years. Even though we took almost 5 years in establishing in our entity in Germany, the association has been, it was going on from 2019 itself. Yeah.
Great. So, and when you started this thing, so what are the challenges? Of course, as I'm mentioning again and again, that we'll be having a panel session. But initially, because we should not paint a rosy picture altogether, there are challenges both the side. I have worked with a German company also in my past. So when the German company is coming to India, there are certain challenges. And likewise, when the Indian company is going. So what do? You want to just give me a brief about when you incorporated any challenges and how did you overcome those challenges?
So yeah, so talking about the incorporation journey, it's not different from any other regions. Like in fact, we are trying to establish in other regions as well. We started the incorporation process in 2023, April month. We were there visiting the different cities that was flashed over here, right? We personally visited all these places and was able to zero down on one of the location. And from there onwards, it took almost 4 months of time to just open a bank account. Yeah. If not, like Ambika and her team and along with that NRW.Global Business Center was there to guide us in each and every step. Still, opening up a bank account in Germany, that was one of the most challenging part of this whole incorporation journey. And even after 4 months, once the bank account was opened, then it was fairly a very easy process, because the NRW.Global Business Center was there to help us in even connecting with tax consultants, understanding the process, because it's a new region for us, and even connecting us with the lawyer firms and all. So every step was guided, and there were people to pitch in whenever we were stuck at some point. And and the banking side of it, which was a major challenge, when we were able to open the account at that time, everything, all these transactions, still we had to fill in a physical form and scan it and send it. But recently, that has also been addressed. There is a digital banking solution also. Internet banking has been started by the banking partner. So now things are getting easier.
So that's what I think I wanted to highlight, and of course, through your medium, that now we have learned also. It's like not only that you have learned, we are also learning with them. So these kinds of things, whether you have to open a bank account, whether you have to reach a legal. In fact, I am very happy today that Abhijit, if you could just raise the hand by legal expert and head of India desk, is also present among us to take our question later on. So this is how we start. Now, coming to the company who was NASSCOM member and part of the delegation, also BugendaiTech. Roshan is not there, but I think Kat is very much there to represent them. So Kat, what do you suggest that now you're already working? In fact, Roshan, we have seen that he's everywhere, not only in the region where he is incorporated, but he's somewhere playing cricket, somewhere in the Krefeld, somewhere he's doing speeches. And also, what was your journey? So how is, first of all, the tech related? What are your offerings to the German market so the audience can understand how India and Germany can be together? And second thing is, what was the journey starting from the delegation which NASSCOM took to Germany and the incorporation process and later on as well?
Let me start with the first part. So in order to really find what you really want to target for any country, so not just because it's Germany, but when you're starting a new territory, the main thing to understand is, first of all, what are your strengths? So what's your strongest thing that you can offer? And how does that actually reflect the needs of that market? So I'll give you an example. We offer many technical services, CRM, CMS, management, data science, multiple of things. But we kind of went into it sort of like an experimentation for the first year. So in the first year, we got about 12 projects that we closed just in the first year alone. And about more than half of them were data science related. So we said, okay, we found our sweet spot. And when looking and kind of reflecting back, because that's one of those things, like this journey is not about just what you researched or who you know and how prepared you are, but also assessing each step of the way. Okay, is this working? Is this jiving with this country, with this business culture? So one thing we noticed is, okay, Germans love accuracy and efficiency, right? So data science gives you that route of really being able to explore how to best tackle a problem, whether it be a business problem, manufacturing problem, technical problem. It's really just studying what can we do better? How can we, increase the accuracy of this? What can we study? How much research can we put into a specific problem to really understand the solution? So that was one of those things I think that really helped us kind of jive with that market, really understanding how their mind works, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, that definitely. And what about, because you were already present there, so how did it go, your journey? How did it start? Because of course, the exposure or to know about NRW was via NASSCOM delegation. So was it okay? Was it smooth? Or just, I think maybe in a brief, and then we'll take the next question. And
sure. The bank account. that was probably the biggest challenge, and it tends to be. Germans love their compliances and their laws, and regulation, which we love, right? We want things to be done by the book. But it is a challenge, it is new, it is different, and that happens in every country that we've established ourselves in. But with NRW.Global Business, they really were mentoring us, and it felt like we had, you know, a local partner to go to for everything. You know, it doesn't necessarily have to be all about the laws and regulations. It's also understanding the culture, the way that people speak. I mean, if you walk into your first meeting with a client and you're 5 minutes late, it's a big deal in Germany, which it's hard to understand if you're coming from another place, right? I've worked in Dubai, I've worked in Latin America, I've worked in North America. North America is very similar to Germany in a lot of ways in business. However, in the Middle East is very, very, very different. So depending on where you're coming from, there's going to be a gap of understanding the culture, the business culture, and also what's important to those people.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think we got the cue that time is up, but I'll just briefly take the last question to all of you. So we see, I think, young enterprising Indian companies who are present in the audience. Just quickly, one sentence that, what would be your message to them who want to venture into the German market or any other market? So Mithun, starting from you, quickly.
No, I mean, just go with the open mind there. I mean, don't get bogged down by the German processes. It looks difficult at the face value, but it's like a coconut, right? And everybody understands what does it mean. Just tough at the outer side and soft at the inner side. Go with the open mind. Possibilities are immense. Opportunities are immense.
Thank you so much. I think the coconut is the best example, and I think we can take it from there. So, Kat, for you?
For me, the one thing would be when you first go into a new territory and new business culture, you're going to see a lot of differences, but don't focus on that. Focus on the similarities that both of those cultures have, your company has with that company. Focus on everything that you can actually enhance in each other.
So, Hari, quickly.
Yeah, I would still suggest focus on the customers. Customer-centric approach will help you win any territory, be it Germany or anywhere else.
Yeah, no, I think that's the best message. And in German, we say, "Alle Anfang ist schwer," that all the beginnings are a bit tough, but don't worry, we are there to help you, support you. Of course, something learning from you, some from our side, whatever we can do. And with all these things, I think I want to thank the wonderful audience and the panelists here to be with us and bridge the gap between the audience and ourselves. Thank you so much.
That was a very engaging and informative session. Thank you so much, our speakers. And may I please request them to stay back on the stage, and I would like to call Ms. Uma to felicitate our guests.
Ladies and gentlemen, can we have a big round of applause for our esteemed speakers for such a wonderful session? Love to have one group photo with all of you together.